all the way the Savior leads me. Who have I to ask beside? How could I doubt his tender mercy? Who through life has been my guide? You lead me. You keep me from falling. You carry me close to your heart. And surely your goodness and mercy will follow me. These are words from an old hymn written by Fanny Crosby. Fanny was blind. All the way the Savior leads me was written by a blind woman. She may have lost her sight, but she never lost her vision. She knew that she had to depend on her God, and she knew that she could trust him. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm so busy finding my own way that I don't realize I'm walking around blind. I need him to lead me and to guide me. Ever feel that way? That you're walking around like a blind person? God demonstrated this point so beautifully to me 2 years ago on a hike up Lookout Mountain in Montreat, North Carolina. All the way the Savior leads me was ringing in my ears as I'm hiking up this trail. And you know, I'm a little slow sometimes, but I finally got it. He's talking to me. He's trying to tell me something. Listen, listen. And so as I hiked up this mountain, I began to notice the trail. And, you know, it gets a little steeper as you get a little higher. And the air gets a little thinner. And my legs, the muscles were screaming, stop! And then I finally got to this place where I could see the top of the mountain. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. And then as I look up, ready to embark on this journey, I see this rock. This rock, this steep incline. What are you doing? Seriously? Seriously? You brought me up here to show me this? Really? This rock completely blocked my view of God, and it blocked my view of where he wanted me to go. And so I just stood there, staring at this impossible incline, wondering what in the world am I supposed to do next? And then he just said to me, Cindy, take one step. So I took one step. And then I took the next step. And then I took the next step. And before I knew it, I had reached the top. And as I stood at the top of that mountain and I looked out, I began to sing a new song. How great is our God. This was what I saw from the top of that mountain. What a beautiful view. It was absolutely breathtaking. I've never seen anything like it. It was incredible. You know, there's some folks in the Bible that struggled in this same way. The beginning of the book of Joshua, the Israelites are ready to go into the promised land. Moses is dead. That whole generation has died. They've spent 40 years in the wilderness, and they're camped outside the Jordan River, ready for God to take them into the promised land. And in chapter 1 of Joshua, God says to him 4 times, be strong and courageous. So that tells me that there must have been a little fear going on for Joshua, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Well, in chapter 3, verse 3, God says to Joshua, when you see the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord your God, and the priests who are Levites carrying it, you are to move out from your positions and follow it. In other words, Joshua, when you see me move, follow me. Follow me. And then he says, then, verse 4, then, not before then, but then, you will know the way in which you are to go. Since you have never been this way before. Ladies, are you at a place? Is God trying to take you somewhere you've never been before? Maybe it's a new job, a new career, an old start, a fresh start to an old relationship, or healing from a past hurt. What stops us? What is it that keeps us from following God? Is it fear? Is it pride? Is it a lack of trust, a lack of faith? You know, for me, that day on the mountain, it was this impossible rock. But for me in real life, it's fear. It's fear. Fear stopping me. God, what does it look like? But God, how are you going to get me there? But God. And he says, but Cindy, will you trust me? Will you follow me? Who have you to ask besides? Who has been your guide through all of life? Who? You can trust me. Don't doubt me. Ladies, I encourage you. He knows the obstacles. He knows the obstacles. He hears your protest. He knows the difficulty of the journey. Follow him all the way.